And that is just a sample of what is to come. So I'm Alexander Williamson, and welcome to The Secret History Living in Your Aquarium. So today we are going to be using the common names associated with a whole bunch of different fish species, and we're going to enter that common name into the latest high-tech text-to-image AI, or artificial intelligence generator. And now you can enter all sorts of attributes. Like you can say, I want it to look cartoony. I want it to look like a wood print from the 1400s. And you can say, I want it to associate things with my search terms. But what I've done here is I have tried to put the search term first and foremost, and then I've let it go random on style and on any other inferences. So you may enter the word broom and broomstick, and it may just show you a push broom and a stick from a tree in an empty white room. Or it may conjure some crazy image from the medieval ages or the Spanish Inquisition of a witch on a broomstick or something like that. So let's see where this wild thing takes us and see if Skynet is quite ready to take over the world, or at least our aquariums. I think this will be fun. So help me think of some more things to enter while you're watching. I'd love it if you could come up with some more fish names that we could put through this thing. Let's have some fun. All right, so I want to start you guys off with the basic concept of this. So I said seahorse, and it gave me a horse on the sea. So some of these I modified. This was another version it gave me. And as you can see, the styles differ. Now, I'm using the Turkey Baster of Destiny and Illumination to point things out in this presentation. But let's continue. So seahorse, and then I wrote the word fish, and this is what it came up with. So it still didn't get that close. Now, I tried to do skull-shaped fishbowl, and then things got weird. Some were just bizarre and left out certain things. Others were just downright scary. Maybe kind of a fish is involved there. I don't know. And then, I tried to keep it less scary and just select the ones I thought you guys would dig. So this, speaking of scary though, was really scary. This is what I got when I typed in red devil fish. And yeah, that's nightmare fuel right off the bat. Coming in next was another answer for red devil fish, or I think I did fish first. And so the difference just was that, and then it's randomized, like I said. Some of it is going to be random. Now, this is red-bellied piranha, and you see it knows something about piranhas. It got the teeth right, and it got the color red, but they're just two imaginary fish, and they're in salt water. They're in coral and stuff, so it's bizarre. Let's continue. Rainbow fish. Well, that was nice and simple, at least, and it's a cute little kid's drawing of a rainbow fish. Maybe one too many sets of gills. I don't know. Rainbow fish again, just wanted to show you. Sometimes it pops up realistic. And if you want, you can go into this and actually pick, there's a whole bunch of different ones. There's one called Crayon AI, and there's one called Dream Time. There's one called Night Dream. There's a whole bunch out there. And I will link the one I used below. It's not free. I did pay $20 to get use of it for the month, basically. But this rainbow darter turned out rather comical. I like that all the other fish have like a scowl on their face, and they're like, "Oh, you too pretty." Also, just for fun, I did peanut butter and jellyfish, and this is what it came up with, which looks like a jar of peanut butter with the jellyfish in it. All right, so here we get back on track. So the pea puffer. Now, it also takes images, and you can see on the bottom that there's like some sort of unknown script. It's doing that because so many of the reference photos have a name attributed. Sometimes they'll even say like Alame or something like photo bucket or whatever across it. And so I tossed any of that stuff out. I just kept the interesting stuff here for you guys. Panda loach. Pretty straightforward, pretty freaking adorable. Still looks mostly panda-ish though. The other cool thing like this took it pretty literally, and this was for orange laser Corydora, and it's like an orange fiery fish-ish shape, clearly shooting a laser out of its mouth. So it's got freaking laser beams. Pretty cool. Then we had northern snakehead fish. And this is also, again, kind of, I think maybe it got like a western diamondback rattlesnake or something in there. But this one looks like an actual aquarium, like with layers and surface ripples. And it's freaky what it puts out. And then other times it'll put out stuff like this, where this was a Nile tilapia. And I wonder if it's like the Egyptian and all the Greek art that's labeled, because this scrubs the terms all over the computer, all over the internet, and it kind of associates what pictures are tagged with what words. So this was for a mud skipper fish, and I did mud skipper fish, and it gave me like a goldfish skipping around on the mud, basically. This was for a lungfish. This stuff, again, freaking nightmare fuel. It's lung tissue as a fish. I don't know. I mean, man, I don't know if I could replicate that again if I wanted to, which I don't. This was a lemon tetra, and they're all kind of vaguely fish, but a lot of them have like weird. They're like a computer's dream of a fish. This was also terrifying, and this was for a largemouth bass. I don't know. I didn't ask for a vampire eating a communion wafer next to a satanic headless kangaroo on steroids, but that's what I got. Then I just did koi fish, and look at this. Must be lots of pretty drawings of koi fish. Nice, simple, and easy. This one I thought was kind of cool because this was for a jewel cichlid, and you have to pay more for the larger size and the resolution and stuff. So some of these are a little smaller while I was trying it out, and some are larger. So this I did rice fish, and I think I did Japanese rice fish. So it kind of did like a Japanese woodworking or like carving, simplistic, like really old style. And then on a plate, like a fish would be served with like a texture kind of like rice. It's super weird. All right, so this one I did Hellboy Beta, and this is like perfect. It even got like the shape of the betta somewhat. I kind of gave it like pig demon nose, but I don't know, close enough. This one, fittingly, was the Green Terror. It looks like it looks like a plastic or vinyl like creation of a fish. But it's all rendered. Now this one was just spot on. This was for a green jade shrimp, and it basically made a pet shrimp, and I think that's what I had to type in, was pet shrimp, pet green jade shrimp, or aquarium green jade shrimp, rather than fish as the word, because here was the other one, which was it looked more like a prawn that you'd set on a plate. So I just wanted to show you guys playing with it. I'm getting better at it. So this was a goldfish. I like that it doesn't have any concept of like a goldfish body. It's like a, I don't know, freaking bass or a molly or a platy, anything. And then the tail could be like it could be a bat wing for all I know. And so really interesting, but it did give it the gold color, and it is a fish kind of surfacing, and it's kind of even got some scuffs like an oil painting or something. So you can kind of guess what's going on. Now this one, more nightmare fuel. This was a goat head, or sheep's head rather, fish, and it basically took a fish on the beach, and I don't think the shadows are quite where they should be, but they're pretty darn close, and it's all really creepy. That face is a face only a programmer could love. Now this was for glowfish, and this I thought was pretty spot on. I think I had tried neon tetras and got a lot of variation kind of like this too, but this, I mean, it looks slightly synthetic and slightly like a fish, just like the real thing. Now this one is not a fishing lure. This was a glass catfish, and it got the whiskers right, I guess, but it kind of lost the whole fish thing, in my opinion. I mean, kind of got like a googly eye on a squid lure or something. Now this one was super interesting. This was the Galaxy Wood Cat, or the Galaxy Wood Catfish. And it basically did like a Starry Night or a Galaxy Universe on wood. I mean, that seems valid. That's a nice pun. This was a full moon plakat beta, or a full moon beta. And then I did also the half moon one. But before we get to that one, I thought this was really fascinating because it's in medieval, like what the monks would write in. It's in medieval styling, and it looks like an illuminated manuscript. But this was for Fire Ring Danio, and the fact that it doesn't know what these creatures are just blows my mind. Can you guys guess what this is? This was the fire eel. So it really got Loch Ness Monster more than eel. This is not a fish smoking in hell, but a fire barb. Believe it or not, it came up as this. I mean, just wild stuff. I can't. It's clearly food there, and then there's like smoke and embers glowing that are like under the fish. So some of the rendering is really wild. Now this was a filament barb or filamentosa, which I think is just crazy because it's just like filaments, yet it's still vaguely a fish. So it knows barb's a fish. This one was clearly in the style of like kids animation or something, but this was for the Emerald Dwarf Rasbora. And I did it twice because I was curious what it would spit out. And I got this for the next one, which looks like a handbag made out of seaweed. I mean, some weirdness going on. And is its tongue sticking out? Is it dead? Is that an eye? So many questions. This was for the elephant nose fish, or the elephant nose mormarid, the Peter's eye. And it's like a 2D like screensaver with a real kind of some sort of prehistoric tusk situation going on, but no trunk. What a letdown. Now, this one is like a whole scene, and it's epic, and I love it. It's the electric eel. You can see the eel like goes up into the heavens, is reaching up. Maybe I just have a history with electricity, but look at how the sea's swarming, and there's like, I don't know. The whole thing is just like beautiful to me. Here again, electric eel was one of the other generations it did, and it looks like a sunset, but it kind of looks like it's really cool. It doesn't look quite like lightning. It's more stylized. This was the third electric eel, just to show you guys again the range, so you guys kind of get the point now. And then you can select one when you like one, and you can refine it more. And so that's what I'd done here, is I kind of like that style, and so I refined it and had it think on the same thing again. And you can do that over and over, and it just keeps changing it slightly, and you keep what you like and throw out what you don't. But I didn't do that much for this. Maybe we can do that in the future. If you guys are enjoying this, though, I'd love it if you could give me a thumbs up, or if you want to share it with your friends. Also, I'll have a link to the app you can play with for free for a little bit, and then you can buy more sessions after that. But this was an electric blue ram, and I think it's cuter than our electric blue rams. Look at that big old eye. Cute. This was terrifying. This was a dogfish, and it's kind of like on a scroll, like Japanese sumi ink with like a Maori hook thing going on. But it does kind of look like a dog and a fish. So, yeah. This was the diamond tetra. I mean, nailed it on a gold rock background. Nailed it. Next. This was the devil's hole pupfish. I guess the fish has been cooked by the devil. But it's interesting, and it's like claymation rock, very odd, with a real fire. I don't know, just so strange. This was the fire ring Danio yet again, and it's kind of cool because you can see the ring, maybe it's coming out of it, and it's like coming fire out of the fins, out of the gills. But a lot of the heads are cut off in images of fish, which must just be the case in a lot of online images of fish. I don't know. This was Daisy's blue rice fish, and there's like a little like wispy blue, and then there's also maybe that's like the texture of some sort of like bowl of rice. I don't know. It looks like sand to me, but okay. Crystal shrimp. Thought that was interesting. It has the color of shrimp, but it is a crystal, like polished crystal. Weird as heck. Not enough legs either. Then we got to the crystal red shrimp. And this is where I didn't say pet shrimp or anything. So you got like prawn legs or tails and like, I don't know, the crystal in the eye and it close to nightmare fuel. This is definitely nightmare fuel, and this is for the crocodile toothpick fish. It's got toothpicks as teeth and toothpicky things as its claws, and it doesn't. Maybe it has an eye. Maybe it has. I don't know. I don't think I can sleep. And there's someone's finger up here, just like in the picture. Such strange conjuring. This was a clownfish, and I think it took a human face and a clownfish and combined them because it actually was spot on with some. Now, this is like Sailor Jerry's tattoo style, which is kind of cool, but this was the cherry tetra, cherry shrimp, which looks like a 70s The Joy of Cooking book or something, cherry Barb, I don't know what he took, but I want some of it. And catfish, pretty standard there. I think I said big catfish. It's got a shark eye, which is terrifying, but it's got such nice fur and maybe rabbit ears as fins. I don't know. So I wanted to show you guys the prompt on this one, the dream time that I was using, Celestial Pearl Danio, and I didn't even put fish on this one. And it got that it was a fish and even kind of kerosene shape. I don't know, another catfish. And then these were cardinal tetras. And my favorite, the bumblebee platy. So cute. Too bad I put it in salt water. Then there is the bumblebee goby, which is also super cute. Again, put it in salt water, and I don't know what's going on with its tail. Then there was the bluefin killifish in kind of a simplistic style. There was the bluegill, nothing like a bluegill, like a sunfish, but A for effort. Sure. They all have way too many gills, which is interesting. Oh, a blue dream shrimp. This is not a blue dream shrimp. This is a blue nightmare shrimp, and I just want it to go away. Bloody Mary shrimp. Ta-da! Nailed it. And a bloodfin tetra. Another epic. It looks like a magic card or like a screensaver from Skyrim or something. Bleeding heart tetra. It's bleeding from where its heart would be, I guess. Yeah. Maybe I should have put these all in the same style for it to be more cohesive, but I love the randomness. And the last one is the black ghost knife fish, which is just, that's some more nightmare fuel. And, yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this, let me know. And, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Check out my channel for more serious stuff and breaking news in fish ecology, science, technology, biology, and the history of all things aquaria related. All right, guys, I'll talk to you next time. Have a good one. Peace.